Depression is a peace stealer and a joy taker, and you shouldn't allow that to happen to you. Before we begin, I want us to take a look at the simple definition of depression. Okay, here on Google, depression is a constant feeling of sadness and loss of interest, which stops you from doing your normal activities. That is the simple definition of depression I had got from Google. So sometimes I wonder why some people allow something so little to come between their happiness. Depression is just a mood that you can easily switch back, right? When God created us, He did not create depression in us. He created us to come to this world and be happy. That's why He breathed His life into us the time He created us, because He is a happy God. He wants us to enjoy life to the fullest. That's why He created us in His own image and likeness. Now, the question is, can God be depressed? No. Remember, the Bible says, "You are God's." That is in the book of Psalms chapter 82 verse 6. It means that we have the likeness of God. So if God cannot be depressed, it means I cannot be depressed. I cannot allow depression to take what God has deposited in me right from inception. Now, I want you to repeat this after me. What cannot happen to God cannot happen to me. Just say that to yourself whenever you have this mood swing that might lead to depression. Repeat it. What cannot happen to God cannot happen to me. And remember His words that says, "For the thought I think towards you, says the Lord, the thought of peace and not of evil, the thought to give you a future and a hope." That is in the book of Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 11. You can see that God is very much interested in our future. If we allow depression to get the best of us, it means we are not giving God the chance to perform His words in our lives. So do not allow depression to take away what your Creator has given freely to you. Some of us have had experiences that would have made us depressed and probably committed suicide. But have you ever wondered why we keep striving? Now, let me gist you how I overcame depression. What I'm about to share with you happened to me in the year 2017 that would have made me to be depressed or even committed suicide, right? It happened in the year 2017 after I graduated from school. I participated in a beauty pageant in my hometown, and actually before then I had already participated in the beauty pageant before and failed. Like, I failed twice. The two times I had attempted to, I've always been this person that wanted to, go into modeling or win a beauty pageant to become a queen and wear a crown and all of that. So I thought that, okay, maybe as a graduate now I have grown, because the first time I participated was when I just finished secondary school. Then 2011, if I could recall. Yeah, I think 2011 I participated and I failed. Then I think 2012, the following year, or 2013. No, I think it was 2012 or so. I participated again the following year and I failed. And I said to myself I was going to stop. So after I graduated, I thought, okay, maybe then I was not mature, I didn't have the confidence then. So I started talking to myself that right now I can do it. Me that went to school and I defended projects in the front of senior lecturers and students and all of that. Why can't I do this? I was claiming like, okay, I've got this confidence, and I registered for it and I participated. So do you know what happened? During in beauty pageants, you are supposed to perform a talent. How do I even put it? Showcase your talent, do something, you know. So me, I have always wanted to be a motivational speaker, like or inspirational speaker. So I already prepared a speech, an inspirational speech that I was gonna give. So I was on stage. I climbed the stage when it was my turn. I think I was contestant number one then. So I climbed the stage, collected the mic, and I started talking. And I started hearing people clapping for me, and I started giving my speech, giving my inspirational talk. And the next thing, something happened, and as if my voice was seized, and I couldn't talk anymore. As if everything in my head vanished, you know. So I couldn't talk anymore, and I tried. Nothing was forthcoming in front of hundreds of people, like in public. Hundreds of people were there, and the next thing I could remember I did was to drop the mic on the floor, and I walked away in shame. I was embarrassed, like I was very much embarrassed. I walked away in shame. People started laughing at me. They started laughing at me. They started, I was shamed. Do you know what? That didn't stop me. That didn't stop me from moving on to the next stage. The next stage was, I think, the next stage was to dance or something. I still joined and I danced and all of that, even though I was hearing people murmuring and you know, saying all sort of things. You know what people say when such thing happens. So this thing that happened could have, if it was for some people, the next thing they would do is to go into the room and start sobbing and crying, and because people started laughing when they see me pass, they will start talking and they will start laughing. But I didn't let that get the best of me. Do you understand? So a few hours later was the procession. We do carnival in our hometown every Christmas. So after beauty pageant, the next event is carnival. A few hours later, it was the carnival procession, and I joined. Like something that happened to me that in public I was embarrassed. People started laughing at me. People, when they see me, they would just be talking, and I didn't care about what they were saying. I just joined the procession and I was dancing, busy dancing. People were just staring at me. Is it not this one that embarrassed herself? You couldn't do this, and you came, and funny enough, it was my third time. I was hearing people talk, it's her third time, and she couldn't even do anything. She just, she does not know anything. She's a notebook, she's nothing. She just went to school and graduated. Someone that just recently graduated. She does not know anything. They started laughing at me and talking. I didn't send them. I was just, busy dancing and enjoying myself. I was, also thinking about it. So, as a human being, you cannot really say you are that perfect and you will not think about it. I was also thinking about, like, how can this happen to me? But at the same time, I didn't want it to get the best of me. If it were some people, I know some people have committed suicide over something like this, publicly. I was embarrassed. People see me and start laughing, but I didn't let it happen to me. And here I am sharing the story with you. So if I had allowed that incident to get the best of me, to get me depressed, would I be here sharing the story with you right now? No. Maybe I would have been dead, right? So you shouldn't allow depression to get the best of you, to even pass your doormat, to even pass your front at all, to even come close to you. When you smell it, wave it away. Tell that thing that he that is in me is greater than he that is in you. Do you understand? So you speak the words of affirmation. Be optimistic.
Faith did not just develop from Bible study alone. Pain was a gift that stretched that faith. There are things that you go through where no matter how you cry, God answers your prayer by leaving you there. I know you don't like what I'm telling you now. There are times that you being left in that situation is an answer to your prayer. God is telling you, you are going to be healing nations, and now you are in a situation, and while you are right there, God says, stay, I'm working on you. Fear not, he says, I have redeemed you, I have called you by name, you are mine. He says, when you pass through the waters, I will be with you. Through the rivers, he said, it will not overwhelm you. Then he says, when you walk through fire, you don't run through fire, you walk.
And you know the funniest thing, that was the point I began to experience breakthrough in my life. I believe God used that incident to open my eyes to, like, this is not what I want you to do. This is the path you are supposed to follow. So I began to see a lot of things in my dreams and all of that, which led me to being more spiritually inclined. I started being more prayerful. I started being more just spiritually inclined and all of that. So that point, I can say that really opened doors for me to enter my breakthrough. That was my breakthrough point. Do you understand? So some things happened for you to learn from there, and take a step from there and move forward. You shouldn't allow things to make you depressed, because if you become depressed, how will you now move forward? How will you be able to move to the next level? So from my experience, I feel one of the ways to overcome depression is through prayers. Whenever you notice that feelings or mood swings, just go to a quiet place and pray. If you look at the next verse of the Bible passage we read earlier, that is Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 12, it says, then you will call upon me and go and pray to me, and I will listen to you. So whenever you are feeling depressed, that is what God is saying. Go and pray, and I will listen to your prayers. So what is that thing that you are looking for? What is that thing that is making you feel bad? Why not take it to God in prayer and let God take care of it? Because we are humans. There are some things that we don't have the power to fix. We don't have the power to handle. But it is only through God that can fix it. So then this is what I do. Most times when I feel tired or I'm having mood swings and all of that, the next thing I start doing is to sing. I sing praises to God. I go to my quiet place and I dance. And it will be as if maybe I received an alert, or I just got a good paying job. I'll just go and be singing, and before you know, it's that mood swing, that feeling, that sadness, that feeling of sadness will just leave me. Do you understand? So I feel this is one of the ways to overcome depression. So we have come to the end of today's video. In my next video, I'm going to invite a mental health specialist to come share with us other ways we can overcome depression, other ways we can fight and kill depression. So guys, watch out for this space, watch out for my next video. I'm going to invite, like I said, I'm going to invite a mental health specialist to come speak to us, to teach us, to tell us ways we can overcome depression. Thanks for watching. My name is Goodness Ocheche Emmanuel Orifa. I am passionate about God, success in marriage, career, and living a purposeful life. I create amazing videos on faith, motherhood, marriage, and relationships. So if you have the same passion as me, kindly click on the subscribe button and let us build a community of like-minded people together. And also tell me where you're watching from in the comment section. Thank you for watching once again. See you in my next video. Bye bye.